Hey guys, it's the Angry Canadian here, and where have I been? Oh boy, that is such an interesting topic. The problem of where have I been has been on a lot of people's minds. And the answer to that is, well, there was a lot of stuff going on. As you can see, I moved into this lovely little place, and I don't have a job right now. And I just had like a series of like physical and mental health issues that have plagued me for months on end. And yeah, it can kind of get into your head. But for the record, I have seen a psychologist and all that, and things should be looking good. And one of the things I have been doing on the side was with AI content and just exploring what AI content is done. And I asked a while back on the YouTube posts where that is the case. And if I was allowed to do that, and to my surprise, a lot of people aren't a huge fan of AI content, even though I wouldn't use it as a primary thing for YTPs because I would still make my own. And yeah, it is pretty tough, but yeah. So, how sick was I? Is the question. Well, I was ending up in the ER because I was having stomach problems. In addition to those stomach problems, I was also having a huge issue with going to the ER and also my mental health. Like after I lost my job, I had a full-on like mental breakdown. It was absolutely insane. And I went to the doctors, even went to the ER because I was vomiting blood at some point. Not going to show any of that on YouTube, but yeah, went to the ER. I'm seeing a psychologist too to hopefully help out, and yeah. And I'm waiting on EI because I can't work for a little bit. Uh, like I can barely do the school, and I'm only doing like 3 courses. But as you can see from the lack of content, compared to even last year when I was still churning out content, that isn't going to happen, or that wasn't happening. And there's a lot for me to do in this place too. Like, yeah, it is pretty bad. And it's actually gotten to a point where, like, in terms of finances, I was just basically having people pay a gas fare if they wanted me to drive them because I can still drive. In addition to driving, speaking of that, my car was having issues with leaks. The first one was, I believe, like a coolant leak, and the second one was a leak with the oil. Yeah, so those are fixed, and that cost a lot of money. And I haven't heard from EI for about almost. We're going on 2.5 to 3 weeks. I probably will not hear from them until hopefully next week is when I hear from them. And yeah, so, do I have any YTPs in queue or have I been making on the side? The answer to that is actually no. I have not been making any YTPs on the side or any of those things. And am I going to at some point? I plan to at some point. I was thinking of an idea called Fesh Nuts Lils Goes on a Date with Tate McRae. Um, and maybe another Driver 3 Joe one. But we'll see what happens. I'm planning also a hockey one too, my yearly hockey YTPs. Like, hey, as long as it's fine, it's fine. They won't be crazy long YTPs. They're not gonna be like 16 minutes. They're not gonna be like 14 minutes. They're not gonna be that long. And yeah, so if that's where you guys want to know where I've been, that's where I've been. I'll see you guys for more content later.